now see me in action. You think the come up comes overnight? You ain't behind the scenes. Trust me, these things don't just happen. No shade at Jerry.
Look at Gomez. My goodness. Michael Carruth. Is he caged or is he not?
He's ready to go. He's wired and he's ready to go. So it's going to be an interesting first round. Let's hope it lasts a full round this one.
I wouldn't like to be Sean Russell, but away they go. Both, as you can see, orthodox boxers leading with the left for the lightweight championship of Ireland. Now they have to walk the walk. The talk is over. You see the height advantage of Mcdonagh. And one would presume with height advantage is reach advantage as well. Clearly Gomez wants to be inside. Watch Gomez's main ammunition. He's got a terrific uppercut on him. So he gets in close there, he'll throw it with either hand.
He's working the body fairly early as well now, Jim, so he's going to try to slow Mcdonagh down fairly quickly now.
Some good body shots there from Gomez. See, that's that uppercut again. When he gets inside, he kind of disguises the hook and turns it into an uppercut. It mutates into an uppercut. It's a wider stance, wider arc punching from Mcdonagh. Mcdonagh would want it at long distance. Gomez wants it inside because he is a fighter. As he's told me himself yesterday, listen, I've had a fight all my life. I've had a fight for my breakfast. I've had a fight for the clothes I wore. Because if you weren't up first, you didn't get them. And his face is a well-fought face. Chasing after Mcdonagh, sinks a couple of rights into Mcdonagh's body. Mcdonagh, as you know, came over here by private plane with Uri Geller in tow. But he may need more than Uri Geller to bend Michael Gomez. See, Gomez won't take many backward steps, will he? Thundering forward.
He's just relentless here now. He's just keeping the pressure on, Jim. So he's dictating the pace. So McDonagh's going to have to be very fit to stay up with this.
He reminds me so much, in many ways, of one of our panelists tonight, the great Steve Collins, because Steve at his peak was absolutely relentless too. Ask Chris Eubank if you ever get to meet him. But certainly at the start of this, no way will Gomez take a backward step. He's ready to throw either hand, lead with either hand. There's that left sinking into the rib cage again. McDonagh's guard is a lot looser, a lot more open. It's a pretty tight, very professional guard from Michael Gomez. This is his 39th professional fight, so he's been around a few blocks in his time. Coming towards the end of round one, and Gomez hasn't stopped. He'll have to for the bell. That's Gomez's round, Michael Carruth.
Absolutely, yeah, he's boxed very well there. But in fairness to McDonagh now, he's not overall at all. But you'd have to give the first round to Gomez with the sheer work rate. But it's an interesting fight. McDonagh is getting in with a few right hands over the top.
Oh, McDonagh's good, but Gomez has been just relentless. When you face an opponent like this, I mentioned Steve Collins there, like he's in your face all the time.
Yeah, it's soul destroying basically, and it will tell in the later rounds. If McDonagh carried a little bit more ammunition, it'd stop him a little bit quicker, but he doesn't seem to carry the punch that's going to stop him.
Look at Gomez, look at that face. Look at the nose. He's been in many a battle. He's been in many a gym. He's been in many a row, I'd say.
Absolutely. And, you know, being out of the ring now nearly a year, so you wonder if there's a bit of rustness there, but it didn't show in that first round anyway.
No sign of rust in the first round. But rust can corrode over the distance of a fight. McDonagh told me himself, yes, as I told you, that, listen, I'm a gentleman. It's rather unfair that the other man wasn't, although I have to hasten to add, he didn't say Gomez was non-gentlemanly. But you can see there, it's all action stuff. Those who came to the stadium to see a real meaningful Irish Championship fight, my goodness, they're seeing it here, and we're only in round two. McDonagh's doing his own quota of sensible boxing. Like, for instance, a right hand there. But the other man just won't stop. A lot of, you can see Gomez throwing a lot of shots. Now, a lot of them were taken on the arms and the gloves by McDonough, so clearly they don't count. But if he keeps throwing, a certain percentage are going to get through. And he's worked the body very well. It depends on what sort of a building McDonough has, because very often if the wrecking ball hits the middle of a building, eventually the top story will fall. And there's Gomez going after him again. The left lead isn't bad from McDonough.
Hopefully Gomez's conditioning is good now, because he has started out at a quite hectic pace there. So, and it's quite warm in the stadium again here tonight. So he's going to have to pace himself as well, because it looks like McDonough's doing that himself.
McDonough probably pacing on the site here. McDonough probably pacing himself just a little bit better. Gomez has gone for it right from the off, but then that's his way, that's his style. And when he put away Alex Arthur, Arthur was the golden boy at the time, and still is very much up in the golden stakes. See that in the corner, McDonough doesn't want to be caught in there and refuses to be. Gomez has that central position in the ring now and flicks away. Uppercut went on the inside. McDonough's been cool. He's kept his body shape very well, McDonough. He really has. It's been a relentless attack right from the off by Michael Gomez, but McDonough might have had to absorb an extra punch or two, but he hasn't lost his boxing skill, and now he goes after Gomez. Nice stuff from McDonough.
It is indeed, yeah. He's just only throwing ones and twos, but he needs just to show a little bit more flourish to try keep Gomez off him. But he's doing right. Okay, Gomez is winning this round again for just work rate, but he's still there, McDonough. And you know, the way they were going at the start, we thought he mightn't be there in round two, but he's looking good. He's throwing out the odd jab. He's throwing a good right hand when he does throw it, and he just has to stay with Gomez.
He's not flustered at all, you've got to say, McDonough.
Absolutely.
He's keeping right in there, and at the end of the round, it's those hands of Gomez that are sinking into the solar plexus of McDonough. They exchange glances that immediately, a long, lingering glance that tells everybody who's watching, I will not be sending you a card at Christmas. What do you make of this man?
He's boxing well, but you have to say both boxers are boxing well. You know, you'd have to give it again to Gomez the second round with just pure volume. But as you said earlier on the round, Jimmy, McDonough is taking quite a lot on the arms and the shoulders. He is getting through there with a few punches from Gomez. But again, you know, you have to see which way this fight goes in the second part of the fight. If McDonough's still there, he'll probably put up a better fight in the second half of the fight than the first one's been.
See, aggression is one thing, and it impresses. But McDonough has picked some very good shots, nice clean punches.
Absolutely, his right hand over the top seems to be his best punch, and he is throwing body shots. He's matching body shots when he does do it, you know. So, but it's starting to warm up this fight.
So round three it is, and there's not very much in this. Blistering start by Gomez probably has him shaded ahead, but McDonough is no dog. Conditioning of Gomez may be a factor here. He'll know himself, he knows what work he's done. Now, whether that blistering start of his was to disguise the fact that he doesn't want to go on a long journey here tonight. But that's that uppercut on the inside again. He loves it. He loves it. But good retort from McDonough.
McDonough has never been stopped as well, so I don't think he wants to be stopped in front of a Dublin crowd this evening as well. So there's a lot of pride out there as well. So it'll be some stoppage if Gomez can do it, but it doesn't look anywhere near that at this stage.
Good left-hand lead there from McDonough. That got on right on the lips of Gomez. Gomez retaliates, as you can see, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unanswered punches. That's the thing, he's able to cluster them, whereas McDonough isn't.
Yeah, McDonough's just throwing single shots all the time. As you say, Gomez is throwing them in flurries.
Gomez is the busier, throwing more punches, and a certain percentage of those are getting through. Going for the body shot again. He's a nice variety, Gomez. Maybe not the classic lead of the left-hand jab. You'd have to say Mcdonagh has that.
He gets a lot of leverage into his punches, Gomez, because he does come in from side to side, and he's not an easy target to hit either, because he's a lot of lateral movement on him as well. So Mcdonagh is catching him with more glancing shots than anything else. So he's not catching him with full right hands over the top when he was throwing them.
Inside, close together, Gomez is more dangerous. At longer distance, Mcdonagh would have the edge. So which man can dictate where the fight is to take place? There was a left just above the bell from Gomez. Those away back in the back seats may have thought that was low, and then Mcdonagh throws one of his, and that may have looked from the distance a bit low, but it wasn't. Both perfectly legal, but just about on the buckle of the belt.
Good jab work here from Mcdonagh as well. So, but again, Gomez just keeps coming forward. So, as I said, it can be hard to destroy him when an opponent keeps coming at you like this.
Left hand again, gone after Mcdonagh. That's the end of the round, and maybe it's time that the panel had a word to say.
Yeah, Jimmy, McDowling here. I just feel that Gomez is maybe perhaps easing up a little bit, but he's doing all of the good work. He's just slipping inside. I love that bob weave style of his, and those body shots are absolutely super shots. Well, it's definitely a little cut here now at the moment, being treated here, but I can't see it giving any great problem at all. That's Michael Gomez suffering this little bit cut at the moment. But he's bobbing and weaving, putting in those vicious shots. He's got that lovely style. He's got a good defense too, Jimmy. You know, a lot of people might think that he's taking punches, but a lot of those shots he's taking on the arms and so on. I cannot see Mcdonagh come back with anything big enough to put him away.
Well, there's the eye. It's been well attended to. He'd be ahead of that, there's no doubt. But will the eye survive?
Second out, round 4.
But one thing for sure, he's up for a fight, and he's all on. He's all Irish tonight, that's for sure. And in case you're in any doubts about it, with the fellas wearing the sombreros in the audience here at the stadium. And you'll notice too that on the back of his trunks there, he's got his real name, Armstrong. That's what it is, Armstrong. Michael Armstrong. Still chasing after his man. That looks to be a little nick underneath the right eye of Armstrong Gomez at the moment. So, if Mcdonagh can work on that, maybe he has an in, McDowling.
The pace has dropped now, James, slightly, so McDonagh's using more of his jab there in this round. Good right hand from him, and another one, so he's certainly still in this fight, he is, and if he can get to his boxing, he can come back in this fight. You know, I know he's 2 rounds down at this stage, but he's still well in with it.
Very much well in. This is the best start to any round that McDonagh's made. That's a nice little clipping right hand as he switch hit. But Gomez is back with a vicious left to the body. These two boys are in very good condition.
Good uppercut again from McDonagh there, so this is his best round so far.
Out goes the left hand. It may not be connecting, but at least it's keeping the relentless Gomez at bay. Gomez will be aware too that his eyes may be becoming vulnerable. That's a nice piece of long-range boxing there by McDonagh, and just a left to finish off the little sequence. Sean Russell calls break. That they do it oblige. So at the end of this round, we'll be hearing from Steve Collins what he thinks about it. That's a good piece of left jab leading there from McDonagh. His best round by far in this contest, I would have thought.
Indeed, yeah. Gomez might be taking a little break as well. He did start off with a good old pace in those couple of rounds, so He is losing this round. McDonagh's catching him with a lot of snappy jabs. They're not punches that are going to stop him, but they will catch the judge's eyes.
Good round for Mcdonagh. Nice lead, nice jab. He's not afraid to throw it out, and he hasn't been caught too often. And Gomez has shown signs of frustration momentarily there because he couldn't tag Mcdonagh. If Mcdonagh can keep it at range, he is in with a golden chance here. As Gomez hasn't the reach, and he doesn't box that way. He wants in close, he wants body shots. There's another good right hand out from Mcdonagh. Good stuff. And there's the bell to end the round. A very good round for the man in the picture. McDonagh, Peter McDonagh, Steve Collins, he's right back in the ball game.
Well, Gomez has set the pattern of the fight from the first round onwards. I mean, he's doing exactly what we expected him to do. He's pushing forward, he's working to the body, he's trying to slow down McDonagh. McDonagh had a better round in the fourth round, but I still don't think he was busy enough. I don't think he threw or landed enough punches to steal that round. So as far as I'm concerned, the pattern that Gomez has set from the first round hasn't changed. I have Gomez ahead 4 rounds.
Still working on the eye of Michael Gomez. He was the boss early on. But sometimes when you're the boss, other people are looking for your job. McDonagh has certainly had a very good last round there, which I would have given to him.
Yeah, and he started there with a good jab at Gomez as well. So he's going to try get this onto long range of boxing now. So which will obviously suit McDonagh and not Gomez.
That's McDonagh's route to an Irish title. If he can keep at a distance, he won't keep at a distance by being on the ropes, but he's covered up well. He's taken a lot of vicious stuff on the arms and gloves. He's come to terms with it very much so, Peter McDonagh here. It started off as though it was going to be a rough house evening for him, but he's got himself together and he's shown that he has a bit of talent. Of that there is no doubt. Big support for both men, but particularly for Gomez Armstrong. Huge crowds in from Longford and all around the Midlands, and of course his Dublin fans. McDonagh's, well, they've come from across the water too. One man based in Manchester, Gomez, one based in London, McDonagh. Well, they may have started off like cage lions, but they're both on a bit of a leash now.
Pace has certainly dropped somewhat.
And Gomez is stunned. The referee looks on, almost in awe like the rest of us, and Gomez goes down. Gomez in trouble, goes back to his corner, and Gomez is in real trouble. That's the count. And McDonagh has won it. McDonagh has won it. Peter McDonagh is the Irish lightweight champion. Fabulous victory for him. Gomez distraught, defeated, beaten, and in the end McDonagh kept it at long range and absolutely punished him where it counted most. What a sensational finish to the fight. Peter McDonagh, born in Carraroe in Galway, has stopped the cage line. Born in Longford, Michael Gomez, Michael Crook, a sensational finish.
Absolutely, and he just like stopped. It reminds me of Duran Leonard. He walked away.
It reminded me of the famous Nomas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's mind-boggling here. He just stopped boxing. And McDonagh was perfectly in his right to keep punching. Look, he just turned away.
He turned away, no mass.
Yeah. He just turned away. Now he's getting caught in the back of the head there. Extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary.
Oh, well, he took some stuff. Rabbit punching is illegal, but you may not turn your back on the opponent and do a full 360 turn, as Gomez did there. McDonagh decided that you may not look the gift horse in the mouth, and my goodness me, he certainly did not. Here's my Goodall.
seconds of round 5, the referee stops the contest. Michael Gomez unable to defend himself. The winner and new lightweight champion of Ireland, Peter Mcdonagh.
Peter Mcdonagh, Peter, come here to me. 5-1 outsider at the start of the week. Everybody was writing you off. How did you manage to do that?
Listen, every round Paddy Power had me 125-1 to stop him. I knew I was going to stop him. I didn't know what round it was going to be. I'm in the greatest shape of my life. I've had more than 48 hours notice. I've had 12 weeks. Now you know the real Peter Mcdonagh. Bring him on. Any lightweight in the country, give me the time, and believe me, I'll beat him. And I'd just like to say to everyone in Carrow who's watching, 2 young kids have just died. A young girl and a young man. They was driving home and they had a fatal car crash. There were tears in Carrow last week. There's going to be joy there on Sunday when I bring the belt back to Carrow.
Peter, tell us a little bit about the influence that Uri Geller actually had. I mean, we thought that it was just for show, but it turns out that maybe it was actually something real.
Listen, how can you not believe in this man? This man can bend the spoon. It's not only about him bending spoons, he's a special man, you know? And I brought the mind, he's given me the mind power. I'd like to say thanks to, what's that, Patrick Rocker. I'd like to say thanks to Patrick Rocker. I flew over here on a £20 million jet, and I'd like to say so much thanks to Patrick Rocker and Yuri for organising. Thank you very much. I'd like to say thanks to South Bank Fresh Fish. They've guided me all the way.
Peter, tell us a little bit about the actual strategy for this fight tonight, because you worked the jab early on, you weathered the early storm. Was that the original plan?
Listen, for all them doubters out there, they brought me over here to bash me up. Believe me, I'm a world-class fighter. Just give me a chance. Give me a chance. Give me the shots, you know?
Tell us about your plan tonight, about Michael Gomez, about your preparations. You were incredibly focused on Michael Gomez.
I was in unbelievable shape. I mean, as the rounds were going on, I think people was getting a little bit worried. Michael was landing the big shots. I didn't feel one of them. I'm in great condition, you know? And if I can't get through Michael Gomez, I'm not going to go no further in my career. But what I really believe is that I can get to the top. And hopefully, please God, I'll sit down with Brian Peters tomorrow, and hopefully we can bring a nice title back to Ireland, because I want to bring it back to the people of Ireland, because they're great company.
Okay, Peter Mcdonagh, congratulations. Thanks very much.
If you like that, give us a like, comment, and a subscribe. You big dosser.